Welcome to Talk and Throttle. Today we're reviewing the BMW F900Gs. We would just like to start off by thanking BMW Motorrad Montana for once again giving us the opportunity to test one of their bikes. BMW Motorrad Montana has been awarded the BMW Sales Retail of the Year for a second year running. For all your new and used BMW motorcycle needs, please give them a shout. Their contact information in the description below. Alright, let's quickly run through the specs for the BMW F900Gs. So in the front here, we've got 305 diameter dual disc brakes. The caliper, it's Bmw. 2 pistons in the front, one in the back. At the back we have only one disc, which is 265 millimeters. Obviously we've got the cross spoke wheels in front, looking nice in gold. Suspension travel in the front is 230 millimeters and 215 in the middle here of the back suspension. So if you come around quickly over here, you are able to adjust your suspension here just below the seat. All right, and yeah, this can go, you can change the dampening over there, up and down. Okay, and then the suspension at the front, you are able to adjust over here by turning these oaks. Then we've got this keyless start, so if the key is near, you can actually just open that up without needing a key, which is also nice, especially if the bike gets old. And then yeah, the TFT display. Akrapovic exhaust comes as standard. It's a partnership with them and BMW. And then on the engine, we've got basically the BMW X900XR's engine in the F900Gs now. So it's 895 cc's. It's kicking out 77 kilowatt, 93 newton meters. It's 105 on the kilowatts, 105 horsepower. The previous one was only 95. So there is it's a 7 kilowatt jump in the engine figures. And I do say you do feel the difference, especially higher up in the rev range. It's peaking at kilowatt and newton at 8,500 RPMs. But the red line also starts basically almost there, so that window I feel is a little bit short. But otherwise you do feel the increased power compared to the previous model. So yeah, it's got new suspension up front. You can spec it. Then it's got bits and bobs that are new. The whole design basically changed. So the F900Gs, they are looking to go more enduro with it. All right, so it's supposed to be their off-road, let's say off-road trail bike. It is only it's weighing in at 219 kgs. It's 15 kilograms lighter than the previous model. And if you're looking for something that you're going to tour long ends with, then the Adventure would most probably be the better option, because it comes with a 24 liter tank, and this one only comes with a 14.5 liter tank. And the F800, basically they've just bumped it up from the 750 to the 800 now, but that thing is basically still exactly the same as the previous gen. So this completely stands out from, you know, the previous 850 and 750 with its whole new design. Yeah, we're going to take it a little bit on the road and let you guys know what we think. We took the F900 on the road. Unfortunately, our audio equipment was on the fritz and the audio unusable. However, we had the new GS 1300 with us to see how the F900 compares to its larger brother, and over 5,000 kilometers of experience on the previous 850 GS to judge if this bike has truly taken a step forward. On the road, the 900 didn't disappoint. The power delivery was very linear and creating enough power to keep up with the bigger brother. I was very impressed as it did not make me feel as if I needed more power on tap. We took the bikes off-road to see if the endurance factor has increased with the engine size as BMW hoped. The F900Gs came alive even though it had normal road tires on it. Not the Karoo force that the bike is sold with if you select the endurance package. Within a short distance you realize that the 900GS was handling the terrain much better than the 1300 and the previous 850, even though the 1300 had dual purpose tires fitted. The 900 was by far the most enjoyable ride and gave you confidence to push even more. It ticked all the boxes that the 850 it's replacing did not tick on endurance, adventure riding and road performance. Today we have Ben, who's making his Talk and Throttle debut.
Nerve-wracking debut.
Yeah. On the ride with us, helping to review the F900 GS. So Ben, you were first on this
Little dirt section.
What did you think?
No, it was quite nice. The bike handles phenomenally. I have to say I'm very impressed. We'll touch the topic of the tires now, but yes, no, this thing just eats up the road. I'm not a very skilled rider, but it does give you confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you felt that as well.
Yeah, I felt exactly the same. So I climbed on the trail with a BMW 1300 GS with anarchy tires on it. And immediately within like 300 meters you were scampering off on road tires. And I felt like there was no way I'm pushing this further on that bike. And obviously you get that thing of, listen, am I that crap on the dirt? And when we
bit
switched,
of a confidence issue.
yeah, but when we switched, it was like it was totally different world. Like if this thing was at home, and that wasn't. But we'll get to the tires. But yeah, it's I must say, the section I rode on the dirt, it was a lot better than the 850 that it's replacing.
No, definitely. I think this feels much more solid.
Yeah.
There's not that 850 felt a little loose, but
Yeah.
not like on the surface.
Yeah.
It actually felt loose in your hands.
Yeah.
But that can be me as well. I mean, this is just one opinion.
Yeah. Which a bunch of people are going to listen to now. But, but no, like we did a trip 2 years ago, 5,000 k's around South Africa, and I did it on an 850 GS. So this one's predecessor, and we had one day just mainly off-road riding. And if I compare that experience to this now, it does feel like they got it right to make it more enduro focused. They really
Definitely
does feel that they made the right changes for it. I must say even on the road tires, yeah, like you said, it was more confidence inspiring than the GS with 30-70 split.
Yeah. No, this and even on the road, it's very responsive. I mean, we both felt that when you accelerate, the acceleration's there's definitely not a lack of power.
Yeah.
Maybe at the top end, but I mean, when you talk top end, you like really high figures.
Yeah. Over 200. So BMW says top speed over 200. They don't give the exact number anymore. But at 200, there you can feel. Whereas with the 850, you run out of juice at 175, and then it takes another half an hour for you to get to 185, and then you're stuck. You can get on a relative flat piece, you could have get to 190, But this we did uphill and we were close to 200.
Yeah. No, this thing, there's definitely some ponies that some thoroughbred ponies on this.
Yeah, that they added, which the other one didn't have.
Yes. Don't know if it's the acropovic pipe.
It sounds better.
Does sound better. There's some heat on your bum. I don't know where that's coming from. It's on the left cheek, not on the right cheek.
Because
everything's here on the right hand side, so I don't know what you're feeling there. Maybe I just got a sensitive bum.
Maybe you've got the dyslexic bum, because it's either the only thing that's sitting here is your battery, basically. So
well, that's nerve-wracking.
So I don't have that explained.
Yes, and then you mentioned something about the chain.
Yeah, so the chain, they have it's the M. Yeah, so the chain is it's the M Enduro chain that you get with the Enduro package that you add, which you obviously get the better suspension and so on with that. So I had a previous of an issue with the 850 that on that trip we were basically tensioning that chain every night.
Yeah.
So according to BMW, this is a lot less maintenance and it's a lot better. So you're not supposed to have so much chain issues on this one compared to the previous gen.
No, so I think overall this bike does come alive on the dirt. There's definitely you feel you get much more confidence out of this.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I said, I don't know if it's the 21-inch tire, if it's the suspension. It's definitely not my shoes.
I do feel tires apart, the bumps on the gravel was a lot less on this than it was on the 1300.
No, definitely. But I mean, on this they cater for a more sporty, more adrenaline rush ride. Whether on the 1300 you're not always. It's a dual purpose, more dual purpose driven.
Yeah. No, it is, and especially the normal 1300Gs, it is more spec'd for road use than the Adventure. So it was bound to be a little bit harder, but the difference was still quite noticeable.
And this F900 makes you think and wonder about the next purchase.
Yeah.
Definitely, this thing is something. It gives you something to think about.
It does. Well, the stance and how high you sit, it does feel like you're on the bigger bike. So you're not going to feel less safe on the road even on this than compared to a 1300. You feel your purchase of land on the road is the same. For me, it's really just the thing is, what is it? Are you going to do solo trips and you're going to be on dirt roads? Because the Adventure has got just a bigger tank, it's got the same engine, everything, it's a little bit heavier, so obviously you're going to feel the weight on the dirt road. However, it's more comfortable if somebody is on the back of that thing. So if you're looking at what you're going to do with the bike, if you are a solo rider and this is what you do, you're mocking about with your friends on bikes without their wives, I'm going for this.
Yeah, no, definitely. If you're riding with a pillion, then the extra horses and the extra
then you might even start looking up to the 1300 instead of
definitely.
But it's interesting, even though you're going between dirt roads and you've got comfortability, sometimes you are going to do 500 k's and sleep at a farm or something. Then there's not a lot of, we can't see how. So you said on the while I was driving, you would like to know what the luggage options are.
Yeah.
So we obviously came down to it must be soft luggage, but the previous gens had a space for the frames and so on for your top boxes and your panniers.
Maybe they just sneaked it in somewhere.
Yeah, where this is a lot more
to the untrained eye.
Yeah. But this does feel more compact at the end. So obviously they took a lot of weight out of here. They took a weight out of the steel tank, making it plastic. And the pipe is also lighter than the previous one.
15 kgs is you have to really look hard to get it.
Yeah. So
I wouldn't mind losing 15 kg.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much. So other than that, I like if you take it on a longer trip, what is the luggage options? Are you gonna have to have a backpack? But other than that, it's a sell for me.
No, that's very nice, very nice. Definitely something to think about.
Yeah. Right, Ben, thanks. We're gonna hit the road.
It went quite fast.
Yeah, and you're gonna see how slippery that back wheels are gonna be now, with all the mud on it. But yeah, looking forward to having you again.
Definitely.
All right.
Thank you so much for watching our video. If you like this video, please like it and then head over to our channel, subscribe so that we can give you more content like this. And yeah, join us on this adventure and how we just live out our passion for bikes and life. All right, until we see each other again.